A push for closed hearings as top counterintelligence witness prepares to testify before the Madlanga Commission. Joy and relief on both sides as Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners walk free, but the shadow of genocide still hangs over Gaza. And Durban teen chess star races to raise funds for Dream Shot at Commonwealth Championship. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
The Madlanga Commission evidence leaders are requesting that in-camera hearings take place for the rest of the week. In an application which the evidence leaders presented to Commission Chair Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga and his co-commissioners, they argue that a temporary closed session will allow the Commission to receive vital evidence without jeopardizing parallel criminal proceedings. The evidence leaders allude to the next witness forming part of the Gauteng counterintelligence operations team who've been instrumental in the arrests of Sibiya Cat and Katiso Katie Molefe.
In their application, the Madlanga Commission evidence leaders claim that certain evidence presented by their next witness will refer to internal operational strategies used by SAPS and the disclosure of investigative techniques such as intelligence gathering, surveillance methods, or analytical tools, which would risk revealing how SAPS detects and disrupts criminal activity. They claim that by revealing these techniques, they would equip criminal networks with the knowledge needed to evade law enforcement scrutiny. It further notes that some of the evidence relies on information provided by confidential informants and sources whose identities must remain secret. The evidence leaders are requesting that testimony be conducted in a closed session for the rest of the week and in a partially closed session with only the voice of the witness to be granted for 2 days next week. Aryan Singh, Eyewitness News.
Suspended Deputy Commissioner Shadrach Sibiya has denied any friendship with controversial businessman Brian Mokhotsi, but admitted knowing murder-accused Vusimuzi Cat Matlala, who won a police healthcare tender. Sibiya was responding to questions before Parliament's ad hoc committee investigating police corruption and interference.
Shadrach Sibiya tells Parliament that he knew Brian Mokhotsi as an activist from the Northwest, but the two had never been acquainted. He says he later Googled him to get more information about him. Mokhotsi is accused of trying to influence the disbanding of the political killings task team and also has links to Minister Senzo Maywa. Sibiya admits Mokhotsi contacted him, but he denies being close to him.
Not even met him, not even once, even my records can show.
As far as Vusimuzi Cat Matlala is concerned, Sibiya told evidence leader Norman Aronser that he knew him professionally.
Before I came back to the police, I didn't know Cat. I didn't know Mr. Matlala, and I got to know Mr. Matlala when he called, wanting to meet.
Sibiya also defended his involvement in disbanding the political killings task team as the head of crime detection, since most cases are led by detectives. Babalo Ndanze, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
42 bodies have been pulled from the wreckage of a bus crash on the N1 highway in Limpopo. The Road Traffic Management Corporation says the bus was travelling on a steep road when it overturned last night. The passengers were travelling from the Eastern Cape to Harare in Zimbabwe.
49 other people were taken to various hospitals in Louis Trichardt, Siloam and Elim. The exact cause of the crash has not been determined. Investigations are ongoing.
US President Donald Trump has received a standing ovation lasting several minutes from Israeli lawmakers ahead of his address to the Knesset. Trump is on a brief visit to Israel after brokering a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas.
From October 7th until this week, Israel has been a nation at war, enduring burdens that only a proud and faithful people could withstand. It was a very tough period of time. For so many families across this land, it has been years since you've known a single day of true peace. But now at last, not only for Israelis, but also for Palestinians and for many others, the long and painful nightmare is finally over.
The last 20 living hostages held by Hamas in Gaza are now back in Israel. After more than 2 years in captivity, in exchange for the hostages, Israel is releasing 250 Palestinian prisoners and more than 1,700 detainees. But tensions remain. Israel's far right opposes any deal that leaves Hamas in power. Gaza is in ruins, and regional leaders warn peace will collapse without lasting reform. Back in South Africa, former head of PRASA, Lucky Montana, says he doesn't owe a cent to the SA Revenue Service after it revealed he has a tax debt of 55 million rand. Montana has been responding to a SARS media briefing where it took the extraordinary step of publicly disclosing his tax debt. The Revenue Service says it was forced into this move to preserve its integrity after Montana publicly accused it of fraud.
SARS is saying Lucky Montana is a bad example. If you follow his path, there will be dire consequences for you. Of course, the white network running SARS was very cunning on Saturday, selecting a black man among the SARS team to present their message. It was important that the stance taken by SARS is not seen as a white man attacking a black man. And the black man they chose, who is Siphiti Sibeko, spoke great English and was willing to prove to the white network controlling SARS how dependable he is.
The defence's first witness in the Senzo Maywa trial has taken the witness stand in the Pretoria High Court. The matter resumed today after several postponements, with the defence promising to be ready this morning. 5 men are standing trial for the 2014 murder of Senzo Maywa at the home of his girlfriend, Kelly Khumalo. Accused number 1, Muzi Sibiya, has taken the stand in his own defence as the first witness. His lawyer, Advocate Charles Manisi, has started leading his evidence.
Then he repeated again the same question, that what is it that I know about the death of Senzo Maywa? Yes. I then replied by saying I don't know anything about the death of Senzo Maywa.
Madagascar's President Andry Rajoelina will address the nation tonight as protests and a mutinous army unit intensify calls for his resignation. The CAPSAT unit, which helped bring him to power in a 2009 coup, has joined demonstrators refusing orders to fire on crowds. The unrest, sparked by anger over police brutality and power cuts, has grown into a wider push for political change. South Africa has called for calm, urging an end to the escalating violence that's become the island's worst crisis in years.
We strongly call upon all parties to respect the democratic process and constitutional order. It is imperative that any disputes be resolved peacefully through inclusive dialogue, cooperation, and established legal mechanisms. In accordance with the Lome Declaration, South Africa does not support unconstitutional changes of government.
Durban teen chess prodigy Shreya Mahadio has earned the chance to represent South Africa at the Commonwealth Chess Championship in Malaysia this year. In June this year, the 15-year-old added a National Chess South Africa title to her belt as Women Regional Master. She's now racing to raise funds through a Backer Buddy campaign, already topping 36,000 of the 80,000 needed.
And especially with the progress that we made on Backer Buddy, I feel more motivated and hopeful that I'll be able to get this journey to Malaysia.
We wish her the best of luck. See you for more again tomorrow.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.